What if one meeting could capture the quiet revolution happening across Africa? Imagine this: Burkina Faso's revolutionary leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore, standing face to face with one of the most powerful political figures in the world, Donald Trump. It's not a press event, there are no cameras, just a symbolic encounter, imagined but deeply rooted in today's geopolitical reality. In this powerful fictional moment, Traore doesn't blink. He delivers a message the West was never prepared to hear. Burkina Faso's revolutionary leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore, just sent a message Washington wasn't ready to hear. He stood firm not just against Western pressure, but directly in front of one of the most powerful political figures in the world, Donald Trump. There was no applause, no press, just a quiet, undeniable moment that captured everything Africa has been trying to say for decades. The West's era of control is ending, and Traore made that clear without shouting. For too long, Africa was treated like a resource zone. Aid came with conditions, military presence came with control, and trade structured to benefit everyone but Africa. French troops remained on African soil for years. US bases operated across the Sahel. Multinational companies mined gold and lithium, while communities lacked clean water and basic health care. But this time, the leaders of the Sahel pushed back. Captain Traore didn't ask for independence, he declared it on his own terms. Expelling French troops, nationalizing gold reserves, turning away from old alliances. He reached out to new partners who offered respect over dominance: Russia, China, even regional neighbors looking for cooperation instead of control. And when he faced Donald Trump, the message was direct. You've built empires off our silence. That silence is over. Traore wasn't trying to impress. He wasn't there for permission. He was there to deliver a truth too long ignored. And he's not alone. Colonel Assimi Goïta in Mali and General Abdourahmane Chiani in Niger are doing the same. Goïta expelled France's military presence from Mali and shut down Western NGOs accused of political manipulation. His government pivoted toward alternative alliances, with Russia providing military support once handled by former colonial powers. In Niger, Chiani's administration exposed just how unbalanced things had become. While the US paid $63 million annually to base troops in Djibouti, Niger received nothing for hosting American forces. Their operations were reportedly conducted without signed legal agreements. Intelligence wasn't shared, local forces were sidelined. And worst of all, Niger had to cover some operational costs, essentially paying to host foreign troops on its own land. That's not partnership, that's exploitation. So the government acted. The message was final: all US troops must leave. The Sahel was no longer asking to be free. It was showing the world what sovereignty looks like. Captain Traure's moment with Trump was more than symbolic, it was strategic. The young leader, standing eye to eye with one of the world's most controversial figures, represented a new kind of Africa, bold, independent, and unafraid. And while Trump is known for striking deals and disregarding diplomatic norms, this time the rules were different. Traore wasn't selling anything. He was protecting something: dignity, destiny, and national direction. He didn't speak as a subordinate. He spoke as an equal. Africa is no longer waiting for global validation. It is moving forward, choosing partners that respect its voice and its value. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger are not isolated cases. They are the beginning of a wave, one that refuses to be manipulated, managed, or dismissed. The new Africa is young, strategic, and aware. Its leaders are not perfect, but they are focused. They've watched decades of promises fail. They've seen foreign intervention deepen problems rather than solve them. Now they're building something different. Traore's words, whether whispered in a private exchange or declared through policy, speak for millions. We will no longer be pawns in your game. Africa is rising on its own terms. The world is watching. The balance of power is shifting. And whether the West adapts or resists, one truth remains. The era of silence is over. The age of African sovereignty has begun.